course of the season, one of the reasons why they're 13-20 since they traded Luka Doncic back on February 2nd. Second straight year Sacramento has been in the play-in tournament. They beat the Warriors last.
Klay Thompson off the downskin, read the curl, and a perfect delivery to Lively.
Lively missed 34 games with an ankle injury. A three-pointer from Keegan Murray, who hit 8 threes.
That's his game. He loves that mid-range pull-up. You saw the space taken away by Sabonis, and then Sacramento early here.
Sacramento lead, 2 minutes gone by. Davis working again on Sabonis. Tough shot, but he drops for AD. Played just 9 games for the man.
Third of the Kings knocked down their share of open threes.
Good pass by Washington. Marshall, corner three is there. Not a great three-point shooter. 4 minutes gone by in this play-in tournament game, 9-10. Winner to play Memphis Friday. Another Marshall look from the corner. Good again, back-to-back hits from outside. That was a 2.
A little bit more of that on the perimeter, so I was surprised by that call.
Levine's first shot, it's good. A 3 for Zach Levine. He was second.
Incredible. The attention to detail for this team was fantastic, and you see it here early on in the first quarter. And lastly, Nico Harrison, their general manager, told me they had
Carter along with 3 other starters, Levine, Sabonis, and DeRozan.
And that's an example of what I'm talking about, because now Gafford will get the main responsibility for blocking out Sabonis, and that's a lot of work.
First shot attempt for Trey Lyles. Exum got a little space that time. Levine made his first shot, but he's missed his last 3. Max Christie, a part of that Doncic-Davis trade, scores for 7. But very aggressive offensively early on. Levine did miss that time. Gets the lay, a run, 5-on-4. Davis slow to get up. Corner 3 is good from Devin Carter. To go in the opening quarter, game tied at 27 apiece. Murray penetrates, goes to the left and scores. Tough shot from Keegan, and it's Thompson with it now. Lively on the catch. Williams spot up 3. Got it. Second three-pointer for Brandon Williams. Winner moves on to Friday night against Memphis in a do-or-die game. Williams will try it again and get it again. Brandon Williams played just 30. 8-0 start for Dallas here in the second quarter. The Kings 0 for 5 with 3 turnovers, but there's a basket. A three-pointer.
Into that one.
Here's Thompson looking for his first points. Lets it fly. Around and down. Finally, Klay Thompson makes a basket. For 7 from the floor, 5 points. He does have 4 assists. Dallas by 6. Washington hits the floater.
I love the way P.J. Washington is.
With the Kings and Bulls, he came over in the De'Aaron Fox trade in early February. Thompson starting to catch fire, perhaps. Back-to-back threes.
Yeah, even the
winner faces the Grizzlies, and a turnover into the hands of Exum. Spins, leaves, Marshall slams. Lead up to 12. Timeout, Sacramento.
Sharper and executing their game plan offensively. They're taking care of the basketball. They're making the Kings play in traffic.
And Klay Thompson has the hot hand. Ellis with the cut. Great pass by Sabonis, who's one of the best. This quarter, 5 of 6 from 3. Williams has 2 triples. Thompson with his 4th. Klay Thompson catching fire here in the second quarter. 14 for each. Can Zach Levine get unlocked? Instead, he hits Sabonis on the cut. Valanciunas, and it was picked off by Klay Thompson. Thompson gets all the way to the bucket. He's got 16 points, all coming. A flashback for Klay Thompson with this performance here in the play-in. DeRozan inside, gets 2 off the window.
Now you've got to corral Klay Thompson if you're the Kings.
Nice pass inside.
Another easy bucket right there for Dallas.
Fox wanted a trick.
And the booze here are a little bit more mild than a lot of places. They're ready to erupt if the Kings give them a reason. Repeatedly, and there's not a lot of size at the rim for Sacramento. Dallas hasn't allowed that on their end.
Davis with the lob, the throw down by Lively. As quickly as possible was because of his relationship with Nico Harrison, the GM, and not only made the trade, but is somebody that has had a relationship.
coach, and Anthony Davis and them all won a championship together in the bubble. And Not to mention the personal pride. There's a
look, he's been focal point at other stages of his career, including winning a championship with the Lakers. He was really the focal point in the finals. So he can handle that burden, and that's exactly what
points. He turns it over there. 3-on-1 for Sacramento. DeRozan with the easy finish, and Jason Kidd sensing a shift in momentum. Sabonis ahead to Carter, and a breakaway slam for Carter makes it a 16-point game. Well defended. Shot clock at 4. Levine. Good defense. Christie. Levine, though, swishes it through from 20 feet. Be home for that 8th-place game on Friday night. Exum in the paint for 2. This is what the Mavs did in the playoffs last year with their bigs. Exum's 3 is there. And the Mavs are just get it to 13-14 going into the 4th quarter.
That's about where you have to be, I think, to have a realistic chance. And DeMar DeRozan now able to string together Kings to close out this quarter with stops.
They get a deflection, but it ends up in the hands of Washington, who hits a 3.
P.J. Washington quiets the crowd one more time with a 3.
Here's DeRozan. He's got 11 here in the quarter, make it 13 and 26 for the game. Davis and obviously Kyrie are helping. Backdoor cut. Williams did not take the shot the first time, but then DeRozan left his.
As a scorer, he's just never in a rush. Gets what he wants and plays with extreme confidence.
He's got 13 points.
Seconds. Eventually, you got to blow the whistle.
DeRozan. Martin stays with him. Shot clock at 4. DeRozan trying to break him down. Scores again from the mid.
Ellis in the face.
This is the 9-10 game. The winner will play for the 8th seed against Memphis Friday night in Memphis. Sabonis inside for 2.
One of the few opportunities with the drive. Shot blocker goes for it. Sabonis took advantage of that space that was left to put one back.
Tough shot that hung on the rim and dropped for Klay Thompson. Thank you, sir, for the explanation. Sacramento down to 1 timeout. Trailing by 18. Brandon Williams again. 7.
Patient and getting into hit a shot that he likes.
5 of 8 from the floor. 3 of 4 from 3. He also has 5 assists. Basket and almost 3 minutes in this game. Winner advances to play Memphis in the final play-in game on Friday night. The loser, season is over. Anthony Davis with the jumper.
Opportunity.
Here's Davis, who's played 31 minutes tonight. Body to body with Murray. Turnaround jumper. Banks in for AD. 25 for Davis.
Decides to make that very difficult pass out to the perimeter. Fortunately, they got 3 points out of it.
Dallas does have 8 blocks. There's Gafford with the throwdown right in Sabonis' ups. Took a shot to the face. Count the basket. Goaltend by Gafford, and Davis seems to be okay. Some thought that would just be another distraction with Nico Harrison doubling down on the no regrets and defense wins championship mantra, but look, the Mavericks have been great.
Able to string together stops to make a legitimate run.
Gafford with the slam. Lead up to 23. On the ropes. Levine for 3, good, but a little too late. When it traded De'Aaron Fox, a lot of people thought that this would be the end result. But without Fox, even 7 points for Anthony Davis, 18 for Klay Thompson. 16 of those came in the 2nd quarter, which really was the difference. That's when the Mavs won the game. And Klay Thompson deserves huge credit for that. Big reason why the matchup between the Mavs and the Grizzlies. We don't know exactly about Ja Morant's health. Turned the ankle late. Thompson buries a 3. But it should be a terrific game Friday.
A bit different performance that you're going to see, I think, offensively out of Memphis than what Sacramento was able to do tonight. A lot of it could, though, depend on, again, Ja Morant. He rolled that ankle, surviving to take on OKC. They're going to face the best defense we've seen in the league this year. That's what the Thunder really hang their hat on.
Got a timeout. Orlando in Boston.
Yeah, the Celtics have really just turned it up a notch here over the last 6 weeks or so, rounding into 4.